So I don't think anyone, I mean, this is my stance on immigration. Like, if people want to go through the proper steps, like, we're more than happy to have them. This country was obviously built by immigrants. There is no denying that. But
Yeah.
go through the process. Congress decided that the legal ports of entry were the way to make it into the United States. And so they can do that.
Yes. Yeah.
At what point are you no longer considered like an immigrant or whatever? I mean, like generationally, how many generations of your family needs to be here before you can consider yourself more or less like a settler or something?
That's
I think that depends person to person.
That would more depend person to person.
That kind of has more to do with how you view yourself than how others view you.
I'm not an immigrant, so I'm not going to be able to speak on that one.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you're kind of an immigrant, you know?
What do you like, Irish or something? Right?
Yeah, Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. See, but you consider yourself
I would consider myself American. I'm an American
absolutely.
citizen.
Yeah, and I'm a third generation German immigrant, and the topic of, being an immigrant, I guess that it's never come up. It's
See?
like we're American.
But I think at
Yeah,
some
exactly.
point, I think
It's
at some point, you and your family or your the family before you has been here long enough that at some point you're going to stop thinking like that. You're going to start thinking, I am an American.
Should a first generation immigrant even be allowed to be in Congress or something?
First generation immigrant in Congress.
Like Ilhan Omar.
At the end of it, yeah, that's a hard one.
Well, I mean, that's a tough example because,
I don't like that
Why is it a tough example?
it's a tough example because if you took someone like, for example, Elon Musk and you put them in there as like a congressional member, you can point to accomplishments that person has made that have benefited the United States, whether you like the person or not, right? And you can be like, wow, that person is an asset, right, to the United States. But then you take someone like Ilhan Omar, and it's like, okay, she's voted against any policies that would benefit the country. And that's a biased view on my point. I recognize that. But it would be difficult to point to an accomplishment where you can be like, okay, that person is for sure bettering our country. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's such a controversial figure at best, that screams about how terrible, the country that she immigrated to is.
It's true. Yeah.
It just seems like she is a tough person to use as an example just because she is kind of a flop.
I think for me, at the end of the day, I just want to see, that you're a legal citizen of this country.
Well, it's interesting because you can go from one day illegal alien or whatever, and then the following day you can be a senator after you're legal and everything and representing all these different people when you've been in the United States hypothetically a very minute amount of time.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be opposed to some time limit being put in there, like, a citizen for
a minimum
at
amount
least
of time. Like, if you had a minimum age for presidency, you could do a minimum, residency status.
Yeah, something like that.
Let's go all the way. I say 3 generations.
3 generations.
See, I don't know if I can get behind that.
I don't know.
You're such a liberal.
I mean, maybe, but
No. I'm just playing with you.